Welcome to our Stars and Wishes. We just finished running a Trilemma adventure. We used the Lantern of Wiv, and it's amazing. And there's a blog post at Githyanki Diaspora if you want to read more about it. We ran that adventure using Into the Odd. It was me, my friends Aaron and Pete and Sparkle, who you will all meet in a bit. And the adventure was really fun. It's a really fun, weird kind of alien environment. It's not that big. It took about 3 hours of game time to get through it. And I think it's going to provide a lot of, I think it's going to provide hours more of adventure as the players navigate it and use it to get around the world. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to use it more and see what other wonderful adventures the players can get into. And so after every game, we do a Stars and Wishes, and that is what the video to come is. It is a us talking about things we liked and things that we would like to see more of. It was a really cool game. You'll hear about some of the wild things that happened, and if you are interested in hearing about other people's play but don't really have the time for a whole actual play to listen to watch our hours of gaming, this is one way to do it. So we're going to talk about our Stars and Wishes and what we liked and what we want more of. And thanks for watching. Comment and subscribe. Am I supposed to say that? With Pete. Any stars, Pete?
Definitely Pip getting back her new arm. Sparky interacting with the lantern.
Yeah.
And gaining some higher form of sentience, which Thorough knew all along, was just waiting inside there. And then I think Glim being Batman and catching the guy on the way down. I thought that was pretty awesome.
That was really awesome. I love that you yeah. Awesome.
So those are my stars.
Cool. Sparkle?
My stars definitely was getting the arm. It feels good. So I can explore it. Glim saving Orin was actually a high point too, because especially after I tried to kill him. And then he was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna save with his, G move." That was definitely a high point.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Aaron, any stars?
Yeah, I think there were a lot of cool little subtle things that Sparkle brought in not just having the arm, but feeling it out and narrating, doing the hand exercises and getting a feel for the limb again was really cool. I was not there for the adventure that Sparky came onto the scene, and so having done another adventure with Pete's character Thorough, and Sparky wasn't there, and then when it was just there and it was we have a AI BB-8 here with us, is what's happening. It was cool to see that relationship, and I was laughing before, Pete, when you said interacted, because I thought you were going to say interacted with the guy with the shotgun, and I don't know that I would call that electrocution an interaction. But and then I think for me, the last time we played, one of the last times we played, I had said to you, Judd, that I was interested in exploring some more alien type things, and this felt like perfect for me, dipping my toe into that water, because it was a very alien place, but there were a fantasy aesthetic to it that felt kind of like a cool half measure for me to still have stuff that I was comfortable grabbing onto, but interact with something that was weird. And the more for I also enjoyed this. I think is the third time that I've played this character now, and I feel I started to find my stride a little bit with how Glim sees the world, and that's always a fun thing.
Awesome. And there's also like a thing for later levels where you have to have an apprentice. And if you want
Oh.
Orin to be that apprentice, I think that
nice.
might be really cool. That was a star. I like I don't know. I like when you all put yourselves out there to save someone's life. I think it's cool. And whereas, to quote an amazing role-playing game, Apocalypse World, I'll definitely like put NPCs in the crosshairs, and if they had died, I would have not wept or even made it, or maybe even not even made a name for them. But it was cool that Glim Batmaned out and did stuff, and it was just cool. See, I feel like all of us are kind of starting to get in the hang of things, and I also feel like I, as a GM, am getting the hang of running these kinds of adventures. When people talk about puzzles, like this is as puzzly as I like to get. I don't want like a puzzle where there's like a fucking sphinx being like, vomiting riddles at you. Like that is not a puzzle. But like, hey, there's a map with all of these different ley lines, and then there are these crystals with different ley line colors, and like you all figuring that out. That to me is a puzzle. Like you like the puzzle should be, for me, the puzzles I enjoy, not the puzzles should be. The puzzle is going to go out on YouTube. I'm going to get nasty comments.
Yep.
The
Nastygrams.
puzzles I enjoy are the puzzles where it's about the environment and dealing with the environment. And yeah, this one, the lantern of, it's called the Lantern of Wiv, is a pretty cool one. I will post a link to the thing, and you'll be able to see the map now too, because it's a really, really cool map. And you'll be able to see it, because I'll post a link to the blog post. And yeah, it's good stuff. So that the stars are just like watching you all interact with the environment in intelligent ways, and not always intelligent ways, sometimes just like daring do swashbuckling ways was really, really cool. That was a whole lot of fun. And yeah, let's do some, and also, Aaron, I'm glad that this like fed into your wishes. That's awesome. That makes me feel really happy. And I was trying to like have some more fights, because there wasn't originally a another adventuring party going to be in there, and I was like, all right, maybe another group hang glided in there, because I remembered Sparkle wanted another wanted a little bit more combat. And so I was like, all right, let's throw another party in there, and it'll be like 1d4 minus 1 of how many of them made it through the wyverns. And so 2 made it, and the rest is history. Yeah, Sparkle, any wishes for future adventures?
I think my wishes are just like really personal to my character. Like I want my character to like have a special skill. Right now I don't have like a thing. Like it's nice I got the arm back and I have the spare, but finding that niche, that thing. You know, where are my glowing eyes?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. And cool. Thank you. That's a good thing to be thinking about for me. Pete, any wishes?
No, actually, I think there was. Oh no, there is one wish. Actually, I kind of missed John Tay in this one. I wish that we had Captain Creed with us. But
how can we do anything without the captain?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of it.
Yeah. I agree.
We're lost without him. No. It was interesting for us to have that kind of group dynamic without that obvious force of will and arrogance.
Yeah.
But I also like the fact that we didn't fall into bickering. I thought for the most part we all worked fairly tightly as a team. So, yeah, I guess the only thing that I is that I miss Captain Creed. That's my only wish. So
awesome. And of course, going to the moon is the wish, and doing some adventures there.
You already kind of promised that part, so I'm not really.
Okay,
I don't think
all
I
right.
have to wish for that.
The other interesting thing about all of this is that so my wish is that and then we'll do Aaron's wish, is that we like so this game started as like, you know, in a Facebook group of like 145 people, and then like 20 were like, yeah, I'd like to game, and then like now we're like divvying up into little groups, and it'll be kind of, so I didn't know how, like I knew structure would come out of the chaos, but I wasn't sure what the structure would be. And maybe the structure that I didn't think would happen is that we get little different groups that posse up and go into different areas and do things. So like maybe this group with Jante is one group, and then we do another. I don't know how it's going to work out. We will see. Aaron, any wishes?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, this game is light on mechanics, and so I don't know if there's a good way leaning into the mechanics to help with this, or if there's like what a smooth way narratively to have it happen. But there was that moment where like when the guy got the drop on us with the shotgun prior to meeting Sparky, the helpful chrome electrocuting thing. It was cool to feel like there was a moment where like we just were gonna, like, if we did anything, like we were gonna get messed up. And I think that having some sort of situation, or you know, maybe like a whole adventure where like we get caught on the back foot from the jump and maybe don't have our gear or don't know what situation we're in. You know, here you didn't give us a specific objective from the collective, but you just said, you know, oh, we're going to the Black Lantern. All right, we're in. So something like that, where like, not that I want to feel powerless, but like feel like we've got to, you know, think on our feet in a holistic way, and not just in a like this scene to this scene, if that makes sense. I think.
Yep. I think so. A couple of things about like getting structure out of all this. The other thing Pete had said in a previous wish is like, hey, I would like to just get together and like have a tavern day.
Right.
So like maybe that's something that we do, is we get together for like an hour as a bigger group, or however many people can make it, and we just like, you know, kind of free role play, or we do something where we have like a thread in the Facebook group, and like you can role play in there. What I imagine will come, what I would like this to turn into is I would like to like do a bunch of individual weird little delve adventures and always have that as the backbone, but eventually have you all into it enough where you are proactive and you're like going out in the world. And once that starts happening, weird stuff like, hey, you got captured by another group and now you're like in their brig on a ship out at sea, could totally happen. And I love that that is a wish. That's really awesome.
We fall into a First One's temple.
Right. Or yeah, it could be any number of things. So yeah, or you tried to take over another district and you failed, and now you know, you're on a prison Hulk or something. Who knows? Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
I think it would be cool if the collective had like a chapter house where we all have downtime, you know?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So
weird. I'm all double clicked, and I'm going to stop recording, and thank you all for playing. And I appreciate having you all here. And we are done with Stars and Wishes and for this adventure. Thanks.
Hey.